Assalamualaikum and good morning. Welcome to our presentation. Today, our team will presenting our project for the course PERT 3414 RF Technique and Microwave. Our topic is microwave filter design, focusing especially on both low pass and band pass filter. Okay, this is our team member. The first one is Putri Nokamarina binti Azami B122410433. The second one is Muhammad Haikal Ashraf bin Dahlan B122410471. The third one is me, Muhammad Ahmad bin Abdul Malik B122410467. To start the thing off, let's talk about microwave filter are so critical. In modern wireless communication networks such as 5G radar system and satellite communication, the electromagnetic spectrum is incredibly crowded. Microwave filter act as a traffic controller, allowing desired signal frequency to pass cleanly through while rejecting unwanted off-band interference. For this project, our primary focus was designing low-pass filter and band-pass filter using industry-standard advanced design system software. We implemented the LPF using two approaches: LUM element and distributed transmission lines. For the BPF, we focus strictly of the LUM element design approach. Both designs are structurally rooted in the insertion loss method to ensure they tightly match our target specification. Okay, let's take a look at the specific design construction. For our low-pass filter, we were tasked with designing a filter with a 3.3 GHz cut-off frequency, that achieve an attenuation of at least 35 dB at 7 GHz. The response type specified is maximally flat. To transition this from a theoretically circuit to something practical for high-frequency microwave application, we began a traditional LUM element prototype. From here, we apply Richet transformation to convert a LUM inductor and capacitor into transmission line stub. Following that, we utilize Kuroda identities to physically separate the stub using unit element and ensure that the final design use all open stub, making it highly practical for microstrip fabrication. Alright, let's move into the analytical design phase. Our first step was determining the filter order directed SN1 required to achieve the target attenuation. As shown in the calculation, was started with a maximally flat response with a ripple equal 0 by normalizing the target frequency against our cutoff frequency using the ratio. Using the Butterworth attenuation characteristic curve for a normalized frequency ratio of roughly 2.12 and required a stop band attenuation of 35 dB, we determined that a filter order of n equal to 6 is required. On the right side of the slide, you can see the corresponding normalized low-pass prototype element value, G1 through G6, extracted straight from the standard filter prototype table. Once we had the prototype G value, we scaled them to our practical operating environment using a source and load impedance and a cut-off frequency based on 3.3 GHz. Through the step, we compute the exact physical value for our ladder network as illustrated in the schematic on the right. The filter alternate with starting with series inductor and shunt capacitor. Okay, we move to the LUM low-pass circuit simulation. With our exact component value calculated, we migrated the circuit into Advanced Design System, ADS, to perform an S-parameter linear simulation. This slide displays our actual schematic capture inside ADS. The simulation setup is configured as a 2-port network connected to 50 ohm termination port. We swipe the frequency range into 0.1 GHz up to 10 GHz with a precise step size of 0.1 GHz to capture both the passband and stopband behavior with the high resolution. Okay, this is a LUM low-pass graph simulation. This graph plot the transmission coefficient, or S21, is decibel versus frequency, validating our theoretical framework. Let's look closely at the two markers placed on the response curve. Marker 1 sits precisely at our 3.3 GHz cut-off frequency point. The attenuation here reads exactly 3.009 dB, which is perfectly defined as a 3 dB half power cut-off point expected for an ideal filter. Marker 2 will evaluate our stopband performance at 7.0 GHz. The simulated attenuation dropped down to 39.187 dB. Since our initial design criteria specific at least 35 dB, our rejection at 7 GHz, our simulation value is over 39 dB, confirm that LUM element prototype successfully meet an exact all design specification. This video is to show we are running the circuit to show the LUM LPF output for this circuit. This video is to show we are running the circuit to show the LUM LPF output.
Okay, we continue with the Richet transformation for the calculation. First, we must convert the inductor to short circuit, which is series equal to G. The value of G we have given at the table, n equal to 6. For the capacitor, we convert to the open circuit, which is the shunt, equal to 1 over G. After that, after we convert to that circuit, we use the Kaburo identity to design the microstrip. First, we look at this. For the step 1, we open the circuit, which is 0.5176. We open the circuit, and we can see at the step 2, we short the 1.9320 to the short circuit. After that, we continue. We can see the circuit have we have open circuit at the first, second, and the fourth lane. After that, we short the first and second lane, become out, and then we can see the all circuit have a short circuit, but at the 0.5177 is the open circuit, because we must find the transmission line to convert all to be open circuit. For the next, we can see this is all the calculation to convert the all short circuit to be open circuit. This also is the calculation to get the short circuit convert into the open circuit. Okay, this is the final of conversion shunt circuit to open circuit, which is the normalized impedance. After that, we convert to the denormalized with the 50 ohm impedance, which we multiply 50 for each. We get the value of denormalized with 50 impedance. This is our microstrip design after we denormalize with the 50 ohms impedance. Okay, this is distribution low pass simulation. This is a before tuning diagram. Okay, this is output before tuning the low pass graph. Okay, this is the ATS running for the low pass filter before tuning. You can see after we running the graph is not too. Okay, this is after tuning circuit for the ATS. Okay, this is a tuning setting we have doing to tuning the graph to be the smooth for the low pass filter circuit. Okay, this is the output for the after retuning. The design low pass filter achieves a cut-off frequency at the 3.3 GHz with an insertion loss of approximately 3 dB. Its stop band attenuation reached negative 35 dB at the 7 GHz, certifying design specification. Now we can show the setting tuning for the low pass filter. This is our tuning we have doing to get this graph. We have just the TL value to get the graph smooth. The M1 is negative 3.3 and M2 is negative 35 dB.
Distribution low pass layout simulation. This slide shows the distributed low pass filter design using transmission line TL1 and TL13. The structure is tuned to achieve the desired cut-off frequency, and the result shows proper low pass behavior with strong attenuation after cut-off. The layout distribution low pass. This slide shows the stop-based low pass filter layout. It uses shunt stop to create the filtering effect. From the result, it also shows good low pass response with a more compact design. So this is my distribution low pass filter circuit. And this is my layout. There's n equal to 6. So this 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. For the next question, bandpass filter. The bandpass filter will not be implemented. It's enough that it's designed with lump elements only. 3.3 GHz center frequencies, 350 MHz bandwidth, 0.5 dB equal ripple, and n equal to 4. For the bandpass filter calculation, FC1 equal to 3.125 GHz, FC2 equal to 3.475 GHz, delta equal to 0.1061, and omega naught equal to 20.735 times 10 to the power of 9 radian per second. From the table, 0.5 dB, G1 equal to 1.6703, G2 equal to 1.1926, G3 equal to 2.3661, and G4 equal to 0.8. For the series, L1 equal to 37.962 nanohenry, C1 equal to 0.0613 picofarad, L3 equal to 53.775 nanohenry, C3 equal to 0.0433 picofarad. For the shunt, L2 equal to 0.2145 nanohenry, C2 equal to 10.843 picofarad, L4 equal to 0.3039 nanohenry, C4 equal to 7.654 picofarad. This is the circuit of the bandpass filter. Bandpass circuit simulation. This slide shows the bandpass filter circuit design using NC components. The circuit is built using a combination of inductors and capacitors arranged in a specific configuration to control the frequency response. The main purpose of this design is to allow signals within a certain frequency range to pass through while attenuating signals outside that range. The values of the component are carefully selected to determine the center frequencies and bandwidth of the filter. From the circuit simulation, we can see that the design successfully achieved an intended bandpass behavior based on the LC network response. Bandpass graph simulation. The graph shows the S-parameter simulation result of the bandpass filter, especially the S21 response. From the graph, we can observe that the filter allows signal to pass through around the center frequencies, where the gain is highest outside this frequency range. The signal is highly attenuated, showing the strong rejection in both the low and high frequency regions. The marked points on the graph indicate key frequencies value used to analyze the performance of the filter, including the center frequencies and bandwidth. Overall, the result confirm that the bandpass filter is functioning correctly according to the design specification. This is my circuit of the bandpass filter. And this is my graph of the bandpass filter. So M equal to 3.125, M2 3.475, and M3 equal to our FC equal to 3.3.
To conclude everything up, our project successfully designed a simulated booth microwave filter using ADS software. The low-pass filter hit its target 3.3 GHz cut-off frequency with the required attenuation profile, and at the bandpass filter successfully meet a center frequency and friction bandwidth requirement. Beyond just the number, this hand-on project dramatically deepened our core understanding of vital RF filter engineering principle, including the insertion loss method, S-parameter, and distributed transmission line transformation. Moving forward further, optimization of the microstrip layout could minimize passband insertion loss even more than booth overall efficiency. With that, we conclude our presentation. Thank you so much for your time and attention.